Oh, I've got so many emails again. Okay, 2 little hour before we go to work, so let's start with Sky High. How do you fare, Rouge? Rested and ready to expand your horizons. Well then, I've an idea how you mighty try heading next. I heard the skylift out in the middle of Lanoska. If you ever visited World Whisper Canyon, then you must been up and down the thing at least once. It's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You likely seen the lads and lasses out there using its all cargo up the cliff face. Hard labour that they could use enterprising soul to pick up the odd job. What no other bugger at the time to deal with. Track down and read the operation bloke by the name of Verkert, and I'll sure be put you to work on the task or two. Greeting Rouge. Bardon has been most effusive in praise of your accomplishments. Have you considered putting your abilities to use for the Adventurers Guild by undertaking a guild leave or two? Guild leaves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry, prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require an extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that ask for creation of goods. The tasks with leaf quests are many and varied in nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to the Swift Patch and speak with the Skyfade. He will be happy to set your feet on the path of completing your first leaf quest. No quest of plus. We have now a little dragoon. Padron sent you out there, did he? Then consider yourself welcome on the Skylift. Look at the bloody cleave, will ya? Our blaster of early hell from the huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through though, so this messing of wooden pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least, if their gods were kind, and they ain't, I haven't about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. Level 16. Change weapons. Glad I'm to see you again, lads. Our wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity that appeared out from the millions seething in the cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over aside for turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover the seedling, and deliver it live over the swift patch in western Alaska. Whatever he pays ya for the cargo, it's yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside the plant. Any desire to reward for your troubles. Oh, yeah, and you find arthritis in Swift Page, so the journey should be worth your while. Sharing has been. Bit of destiny. Look what that for. Probably fighting fates. Successful fighting fates. Western or Skarkov discovered. Nice little town. Surprised it got the authorite to look at it. Just a little. Oh, it's not a town. It's the Yellow Jackets kind of stronghold, I think. Greeting lads, my name's Swift and I'm in charge of assigning a local leaf quest here in Swift Perch. Smoky sent me my way, did she? Well then, let's get you started. Right after we see if you got brass to overcome the challenge you're likely to encounter around these parts. Take a look over the task outline the guild has. You reckon you can handle it? You seem to have had little trouble, lad. Here's the reward for your efforts. There's always been a plenty to do in a Swift Perch. What with all the rebuilding and such, be sure to make yourself useful. Simply the hast. By the by, a sturdy adventurer like yourself might want to look into the guild haste. Have a word with Buttleward and Titaro, and she will give you the details. Don't you fret now, lad. I'll set her straight if she has any doubts on your abilities. More travel quickly in Swift Patch. Here, learn about the guild haste, are we? Well, what's a guild haste? Why, it's a behest issued by Adventurers Guild XIV. When a certain task brought to the attention of the guild is a little too grand for the leave, but not grand enough for grand company involvement, this deems guild haste and sent to you truly. But don't let the lack of grandeur fool you. The tasks are anything but simple. Must take place in tight quarters and all require precision teamwork tweaks with your battle mates. And so, what to do, get in return for placing your neck on a looping block. Besides a beaming grin from Battle Warden Titoro Tito. Fame, fortune, usual. So I presume you'll be joining our next operation. Will, but not right now. Has Nemia herself forsaken this desolate land? Though understood I was risking and gambling my entire fortune on a crop of millicorn, I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Is my millicorn seedling or Jason Day? It may seem a poor to beginning, but the yield of the particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you haven't doubly noticed, Swift Patch lacks the certain, shall we say, vital energy. Just I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents, but it's growing a veritable ocean of corn. You see, sir, fit to burst with vim and vigour. Might I presume you be abide a while and help nature this aligning settlement? Yeah, the adventurer. Cast your eye towards the Brewer's Bake beacon. Does the lightness seem uncommonly weak? I cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. I would march over the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am on duty bound to remain at my post. I could consider it a favour if you could make a visit to Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Quanwas, the lighthouse keeper. Sure. Why not? I am flying at this. For now I don't need this. Do I need swift cast anything? Nice lighthouse. You say Yellow Jacket sent you here? Me might grow in dim, has it? Well, of course the bloody has. The bomb what fuses me furnace has been buggered off, you see. If I don't get the bacon fixed soon, there'll be trouble over water. I know you're just a messenger, lad, but I can tell you, adventurer, when I see one, I'm going to need you to chase down the bomb and bring back the claw as we ripped its smouldering corpse. Take here this iron brazier and set her down in the middle of the flock. So many the scarecrows, I'd say. You get a nice fire going, and then that frisky bomb soon be about. What you done, single eyebrows, lad? I forgot to attune, didn't I? Yep. Great. Well, let's catch a bomb. That's nice and easy. All you need to do is take down the runway bomb and bring me one of these little claws. We've done that. Here we go. Got the ashy bastard, did ya? Once I put this little firecracker in a furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you were gone, and Lillian curse me if the furnace weren't all beaten and broken. Small one and the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but it ain't no smithy. You might want to have a chat with the Yellow Jacket friend of yours in Swiftperch, and have him pass the well back to someone in Limsa. Let's attune first, before I forget again. The furnace damages it. Very well, I shall write up the relevant report, but these repairs must be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight to Armorer's Guild in Limsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Hansa. Aye, sir. And we may as well handle in our Arcanist job quest. Welcome back, Ruji. How did I feel conquer such a ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto an event more damning, a dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompany the Fosia Kayla in one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness to first-hand the practical application of a Kanima. Pray do not tarry, Ruji. Kasia awaits you on the floor below with further details. Okay. A timely appearance as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylestocks family. Our agent suggested these beastmen merchant of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift into hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the final portion of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of these self-made strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perception accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one, the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory 95%. Opponent place the peddler in the vicinity of Cookpot in the middle Noska. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. As well as deal with the email, so I'm here. I didn't ever had so many things. So we have to sell loads shit here. That's sorted. Your furnace is a brewing beacon needed repairs. By regular breed, I just sent someone out to take care of its 2 weeks past. Mayhap the bomb can Swift had trapped in there was attached to volatile. I'll have Notizen visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforce the casting of the furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journey. What say you taking some work from Nalki de Vimeli? He's a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive into the Achtbim, the head shipwright, and at the Mulberry dry docks. We forge most of the ship bits and pieces here in Armorsmith, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lanoska. That's also where you find the main officer of Nalquid and Vimeli. The Morbay Dry Dock is one of the Lim's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's Athrite. If you know confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of the Tropical Porters, first floor of the mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. Okay, before I go, let's go to the inn and put some stuff in there. Locked yet. It's a level 50 thing, I think. Forgot about that. Starry Star? Sky? go tune first because I'm gonna forget again. Here we go. Oh, which way should we go? Big ship. You have a missive from me from Forge Master Hazan. I assume it permits to dependent arrival of the materials. I order over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and moderation. Another delay. I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the burden of my frustration. May I have your name? Rouge, is it? Well, Rouge, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships, that's the fateful day, but starting with this beauty we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It's the symbol of Lim Salamin's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the seventh Umbral era. Thus we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from the outside the Thalosocracy. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd job for the hard-working adventurer. Be fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. I'm gonna suffer it through. Because that's annoying. 27 hell is that man. Not once in 12 months has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Firsilmid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Haldbora, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall even seeing the right, not the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Haldbora that if he insists of playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtlebaggins Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. beautiful. I was some of fate, but for now in here it didn't give me anything apart from experience. As does a self-righteous dog, Fimbim doubt I have never told him anything less than the truth? Yep. Chubrak Island, he cannot do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, navigator rest his soul, I know not of the Frissimild, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the quay have had enough troubles these past few suns, what with the sinking of the Lominsan cargo ship of the Salt Strand. I haven't the time to take proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that ass of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run into Frismild everyone seems too eager to find. He's too hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. Well, let's go and find him then. I am Frismild. Yes, the foreman's wondering of my whereabouts. I thought he might be, but you must know I cannot show my face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made a trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we saw we was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swell has risen tonight on of 10 yards, and was long afore the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature grip was too tight, and we were flung headlong into the Lominsan galley. When I woke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the Salt Strand. I've made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with quim, and I ain't one of the sort. And now you see why it is I cannot return to dry docks. She's doing everyone's job, really, don't I? But now I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world round me faded to black as I slipped deep into the abyss. But I, the navigator, wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore, and here I've been ever since, waiting to a chance to salvage the master cargo. The missing parts, I don't know how to repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop at the quay so I might pay the respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Abrim that I'll be back at the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. I don't know if to hear that both Flims and the supplies unharmed. That was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that of which was obvious out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent the dry dock were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ship encountered off Candlekeep Quay was a less natural sort, the sort of which Shaggyhin have been known to conjure. Okay, and that we will finish for today.